Hey guys, it's the Fujo Fairy here, coming at you with another video. As you can see, this is going to be another manga review video. This is going to be for a shoujo, specifically shoujo manga. I feel like I don't have one for just shoujo. I have romances, but not shoujo romances. So more girly, more of that typical, cute romance type of thing. Those are usually manga that I don't really go for, but I had read the synopsis for this one specifically. It's called Lovesick Ellie, and it is by Fujimomo. And when I read it, the synopsis, it honestly really piqued my interest, so I just decided to pick it up. And after I read it, not disappointed. Honestly, I pre-ordered the second one and the third one already. I'm really excited for this manga. It's so funny, it's so cute, and I just really enjoyed this first volume a lot. So I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to read the synopsis on the back like I usually do, and then go into my thoughts. So, hashtag pervy girl meets two-faced boy. At her high school, she's Eriko Ishimura, the girl so boring no one remembers she exists. But online, she's Lovesick Ellie, a brash and lusty alternate persona with quite a viral following. Ellie's favorite pastime, spying on her handsome and perfect classmate Omi, and spinning wild fantasies in the form of very thirsty tweets. But one day, quite by accident, Eriko learns that Omi isn't as perfect as she thought, and he discovers her secret to boot. Outrageous shoujo comedy finally comes to print. So, as you could see, the synopsis is kind of pretty general, right? It's a typical shoujo manga. The female character is this quiet, not very noticeable girl in the classroom, and then the male character, the male lead, is this popular guy. So that's kind of like a very generic, typical shoujo synopsis. To be honest, I feel like shit like this happens constantly. A lot of shoujo, this is kind of why I don't read shoujo as much anymore, because I'm kind of over that same trope. But this one had like a little bit of a spin. I have to say before I get into this, the comedy in this is top tier. So yeah, Omi's hilarious. Not Omi, Ellie. I'll just call her Ellie. She's the main character. Even Omi calls her Ellie. She's the main character. Like I said, she's in high school, 16 years old. She has literally no friends. She's pretty much easily forgotten by her classmates. No one really remembers her name. It's mentioned multiple times, like briefly. The other kids are like, oh, what's her name? I don't even remember her. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of sad. But she has this really intense, just fantasy world in her head that she goes on to Twitter and she tweets about, which I think is so cute. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. I mean, I feel like, especially kids who, I was, not the most popular kid in high school, but I mean, I was fine. I had friends and stuff, but we all still had our own fantasies, and hers, I guess, are just a little bit more intense. I love that she's like a little bit pervy. I think it's so cute, and it's so funny, and they always, like, throughout the chapters, they show her tweets. So one day, she's walking around, she accidentally overhears Omi, which is the coolest guy in school, the hottest guy ever in the universe, in shoujo world, and she hears him talking to the teacher, and she notices that his personality is not what he seems to be. He's a lot more brash, more rude, more like over it type of shit. And he runs into them. She runs into them by accident. She like kind of breaks the door down, and she's like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, I didn't hear anything. And she drops her phone and she runs away. So Omi picks up her phone. He obviously, as rude as that is, he looks through her phone, finds out that she's like, finds her Twitter basically on her on her phone, and then he finds her, he like confronts her, and then their little magic begins. I don't want to go into more detail because I feel like that'll just kind of ruin it, because I just love how their relationship really develops from there. You know, she kind of sees a side of him that no one else really sees, because when he's at school and he's surrounded by all the girls, he's honestly super nice. He's like your typical prince character. He's always smiling, but that's not his true nature. And I think it's just cute that that she gets to see something different, and instead of being scared of it, if anything, she's like more in love with it. And then that, like, that personality of his kind of goes into her tweets, and so her tweets become more like he's just like, the guy's more rude or whatever, and it's just so funny. It's honestly hilarious. I love them together. I think they have really a lot of chemistry, and even though I usually hate this like super hot guy trope, I think it's played off really, really well in this manga. Like, he's not perfect, and so like it's such like an awkward high school relationship, like, if that makes any sense. Like, it's so realistic in that the way that they act together, it's like normal high school kids, instead of like this weird, like, oh, he's like princely, because in the end he's really not princely at all. You know, he's a nice guy, even though he's rude to her like sometimes, but he doesn't mean it in a rude way. He's just kind of showing her true personality, and he has a lot to hide. We don't really find out what happened to him or why he acts the way he does, but it's, you know, it's hinted at here and there that there's something else going on with him, and Ellie is just trying to find out like how she goes about trying to learn more about him. But yeah, it's so cute. Oh, I love this so much. Like, it's actually super cute, and reading it reminded me of just like high school and being awkward. Like, at one point, she's with him and she wants to make conversation because she doesn't want it to be awkward or anything, and she's like, oh, I have no social skills, how do I talk to a person? And then she's literally talking about just like stupid stuff that makes no sense, and I just start laughing because I'm like, bruh, like, this is something I still deal with when trying to talk to somebody and try not to make it awkward, and just like talking about stupid things. So it's pretty realistic. The comedy's good, the romance is good. There are some, you know, the typical shoujo trope where there's a lot of like miscommunications, but they're usually, it was so far in this first volume, they're done with quickly. You know, the issue is resolved quicker than most shoujo manga. It's not taking volumes. You know, there's only like one or two misunderstandings, 2 or 3 or something like that. I forgot how many in this volume. But it's resolved fairly quickly. It's all resolved in this volume. The relationship is progressing. It's not very standstill at all. Like, I feel like I think about like Kimi no Todoke, or I forgot the name of it. If you guys remember that shoujo manga, it's one of the shoujos, like, I used to love it, but it's literally like it took them way too long to get together. It took like the progression took too long, and I feel like in this it's not like that. If anything, it's pretty quick in the progression of the two main characters, and it's just cute. There is like a little introduction of another girl character, and I'm like, oh my god, I rolled my eyes when I saw her. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna be the rival love interest or whatever the fuck. And she's not. Actually, she's really, really not. She's so sweet. I love her so much. She's so cute. I don't remember exactly what her name is, but she's so funny, and she's Ellie's like first friend in the whole thing. So yeah, it's adorable. Sorry, I just like went on like a whole, like, it just like went on about this manga, but it's so cute. I think it is completed in Japan. I think there's like 12 volumes of it, so, you know, it's a fairly, not super long, just like a good length series. And I'm excited to see what's more to come. Supposedly volume 2 comes out next month when I pre-ordered it, but I don't know if that's exactly true or not. We'll just have to wait and see. But I highly recommend Lovesick Ellie to people out there who used to really like shoujo but kind of fell off because, you know, a lot of shoujo is kind of the same in a way. But I highly recommend this one because it's a little bit of a twist. The characters are cute, the comedy is great. the progression between the two main characters' relationship is also really, really good. And there's no stupid misunderstandings that last way too long. So yeah, I give this first volume a good like 9 out of 10. I actually really, really liked it, and I think I might start picking up a little bit more shoujo. Like, it's honestly like inspired me to read more shoujo manga. So I might start reading more. We'll see. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening to me. I'm probably gonna come out with what I'm gonna be pre-ordering for next month, for February, maybe next week or so, I'm not sure. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Also, happy new year. I don't think I made a video for this new year so far, so happy new year, happy 2022. I hope this year is filled with love and abundance, and I wish you guys the best. See you guys next time. Bye.